Something's been happening over in Sacramento. They've got a new coach, new players, and they've got their best record in years, which means more and more often we get to see them light the beam. And it's a throwback to an era when the Kings were one of the best teams in the NBA. The Kings are channeling the ghosts of basketball past by running an offense designed by Pete Carril, the famed Princeton Offense coach who just so happened to bring his concepts to this very same team, giving them the kind of offensive success that Sacramento hasn't seen since, until now. Carril created this offense when this song came out coincidentally, and to combine this kind of movement and passing with the incredible skill level of today's player, you get the kind of pleasing basketball that would make the coaching legends of yesterday applaud. So let's break down how it works. The basic action is for the big man to dribble towards the wing, who then cuts to the basket, followed by a handoff to the player coming out of the corner, who can then get into the middle for the floater. If the center makes the handoff into an earlier pass, it just becomes a pick and roll and a 2-on-1 against the opposing center. They find this action out of a lot of different initiations. Here is a skip pass to the top, Herder recognizes the formation and immediately cuts backdoor, Keegan Murray cuts into the handoff, and if the defender goes underneath, he's pulling for the three. Let's not forget the initial backdoor cut, putting a lot of pressure on the defense with a spaced out weak side and no help rotations. A great solution to stopping this is to deny the handoff after the back cut. Well, that triggers another back cut, and Trey Lyles gets to show off his athletic ability. More options that can be done is read and react. The backdoor cutter can stop and set a screen for the corner man before getting the handoff. And if that's denied, then another backdoor cut and the basic action continues to flow as the handoff leads to an open three. Off the out-of-bounds play in reversal, you get another staple of the Princeton with the handoff into swing pass back to the top, triggering the immediate back cut and dribble handoff, which flips into a ball screen and another open three. Here it is again, and if that handoff back to the middle isn't open, Fox backdoors, and now Sabonis looks for a weak side cutter that turns into a ball screen and good look for Harrison Barnes. Teams can get lulled to sleep by the methodical actions, or in this part of the song. So Sabonis takes advantage of bad positioning by Jakob Poeltl and dunks it on him. Here's where their bread and butter unfolds. The basic Princeton initiation on the right wing back to the top, but the center goes to the high post for the pass. And Barnes has his choice, who he wants to run split action with. This time it's at the top of the key with Monk, and when he does this, it's an automatic pin down for Barnes coming out of the corner, leading to a wide open shot. I really like how this option flows so seamlessly from one action to the next, and it's interchangeable, so Lyles is in the Barnes role this time, and it's an automatic. Monk pins down for him as he comes up from the basket area, giving him a long closeout to attack and finish with the nifty reverse. You can see how this becomes easier and easier for the offense as the season wears on. With more reps, they get better at each of the reads, so when this pin down to the corner is shaping up and the pick and roll out top happens, if the defense gets so concerned with the cutter, it's the screener who can slip and the ball handler out top who's ready for the nice bounce pass, earning them another layup. Here it is again, this time with Sabonis flashing to the high post where the Kings rank 4th in elbow touches. And when Keegan Murray goes to screen Herder, he realizes Schroeder is in terrible defensive position and just backdoors him. After the entry to the high post, the passer has choices. He could set the split screen with the weak side wing, or he can run pinch post action and follow his pass looking for it back. The passer to the elbow also has another option. After Trey Lyles gets it to Sabonis, he can set a split screen on the strong side wing, which leads right into a pick and roll. Deep middle penetration that forces a lot of help, and the open midi for Sabonis on the baseline. It's remarkable how smart coaches were back in the day in terms of offensive player movement. I love seeing actions that date back to practically the beginning of the game run with the modern skill set, and it's no surprise that the Kings are scoring at unprecedented rates, filling the box score up night after night, which means you can win money on all this scoring by going to UnderdogFantasy.com to check out Pick'em, where you can choose 2 to 5 players, then decide on the over-under for specific stats. It's super easy to set up, and you can win up to 20 times your initial entry fee. If you think Sabonis is going to combine for a ton of points, rebounds, and assists tomorrow night against Philly, then get in the action. But it doesn't stop there. You can make it a rival and add players from different teams to make it even more interesting. They've also got drafts where you can compete against me. You think you got what it takes? If you click on the link below and use my promo code BBALL, you'll get a deposit match of up to $100. So if you want a chance to get up to 20 times your money or beat me in a draft, you've got to check out Underdog Fantasy. Use my code BBALL, get up to $100 in matching deposits, which will put you in as excited a mood as I am when I see this next set, as Mike Brown sits together two old school high post offenses. Instead of hitting the elbow, Herder also has the option of passing to the wing, which triggers an option out of the triangle offense. Herder runs a UCLA cut to the corner, and Metus hits an inside ball screen. This causes a massive defensive breakdown as the ball gets to the dotted line and a wide open corner three for Davion Mitchell. Another common set the Kings like to run involves Sabonis setting a screen to the top of the circle for a guard, then turning around and setting a ball screen. But the special sauce is the flex action taking place on the weak side block. Murray rejects Herder's cross screen to use the down screen by Sabonis and get a wide open three-point shot. Watch what happens on that flex cut by the block. If they catch the defender getting it round on the high side, then Fox has a beauty of a bounce pass to Harrison Barnes for a point-blank shot. Here it is again, but this time Murray does use the cross screen, leaving Herder to cut off the Sabonis pin down. Notice how quickly it flows right into a post-up, and for this all-star, defenses are going to send help, so he finds the open man for a kick-out and assist. There is no end to how clever they get out of this initial alignment. Instead of the flex, they run Spain pick and roll as Herder comes back up to back screen Sabonis' man before popping out. If this doesn't get a shot, this should look familiar. Pinch post action that allows the big man to get into the lane, draw the help, and find yet another wide open three. They run this action all the way through to the pin down for Terrence Davis, and his aggressive turn into the lane will open on the pocket pass for Sabonis, who does the rest in strong fashion. Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here, and a quick request. I'm getting close to 1 million subscribers, love to get there a little bit quicker, so if you can hit that subscribe button, that'd be awesome, and stay tuned for lots more coming up all season long. Lastly, a huge key to any offense is to get your two best players involved in some actions, and that's where all the built-in high post comes in handy. This is pinch post right out of the triangle offense, and these two are great at playing off each other. They can make it into a ball screen with the empty strong side corner, no help rotation, and Sabonis gets the jam. You can see why it's so important to have flow to your offense in case the first action doesn't produce a shot. Here comes a nice high post split with Sabonis dribbling over, and you can see Poeltl unsure if he should stay with Sabonis or go to the ball as it's being floated in his face. If Fox cuts to the inside of Sabonis, he might stop and set a ball screen, which sucks in the defender one pass away, and we're right back into their patented handoff action for open shots. This isn't De'Aaron Fox, but I just wanted to point out how much I like how Sabonis drops this pass in front of Monk so he can continue to run into the catch and then get into the middle, which earns Sabonis the dunk. Of course, the Kings can't seem to stop anybody, which is the only reason they're not higher in the standings. But if they can find ways to improve their defense, then no one is going to want to play this team in the playoffs with the way the ball and players move on offense. So make sure you get the Kings on your League Pass alert. You won't want to miss another backdoor cut or handoff into open three, since when they notch those home wins, we'll all be blinded by the light, wrapped up like a douche, another runner in the night, blinded by the light.